Good morning. Day number 8. And it is raining out. Although there's blue sky ahead, so as is common here on New Zealand, it seems like it rains one minute, sun shines the next. They call them sandflies here. We're out in swarms this morning. I had all my gear on other than my hands being exposed and my neck, and they just went after everything that they could get on. So today I'm headed down through Queenstown and hope to ultimately make Milford Sound tomorrow, which is supposed to be a very scenic place. This morning I'm going to try to get some breakfast. So I've got very little food supplies for breakfast, and there's a town coming up here in the next half hour to an hour where there's a grocery store, and I'll stop in and grab something to eat. And just like that, just like magic, out of the rain. So 14 degrees right now Celsius. The lake out there, sun on it's pretty. Turquoise. Boundary Creek Scenic Reserve. Some wind out there. I think the wind's coming from behind me. You can see the streams of wind though crossing the lake, and there's some whitecaps out there coming up to a scenic lookout. I see it. I believe it's called Lake Winnica. Probably mispronouncing the name, but it's the best I can do. Winnica Lookout. Another lookout coming up here on the left. It's actually a different lake, Lake Himalayan. Look at the texture of that mountain. Huh. I gotta take a picture of that. Lakes are just stunning. The color is really nice. What's fun about this trip is that every day is a pleasant surprise. I don't really have expectations on what I'm going to see, and what I see completely blows me away, so I'm very happy with what I've seen so far. Hard not to stop and take pictures. Here's the lake away out. Well, they didn't have much, but got a milk, power bar of some sort, an overripe banana, and a bacon and egg, something or other. But it'll do. Breakfast is done. Back to sightseeing. Back to the road. I'm entering the town of Winnica here in a few minutes. On my way to Arrowhead, which is supposed to be a picturesque town north of Queenstown. The landscapes here from one region to the next are so different, and within a fairly short distance. Headed down into that valley. Here we go, down that road. How high we were in altitude. I'm surprised by how much altitude I'm losing here. Alright, here comes a series of switchbacks. 5 or 6 in a row. Pretty severe. Good motorcycles could take this at speed, not me. Not me. Hang their knee out, move their body around, and yeah, I'm happy to just get through it. There's another one still coming out. We're not done yet. I gotta get in the right gear too. Doesn't help in too high gear. Wow. Okay. This is motorcycling New Zealand. I smell somebody's brakes. Somebody's riding their brakes going down the hill. I don't even see anybody in front of me. I don't think it's me. I don't think I could smell my brakes if they were overheating. Test brakes now. Too late for that. That's probably this guy pulling the motorcycle. That's my bet. Somebody really smoked their brakes. Wow. You can smell it. It's supposed to be a historic district here. Not quite sure where. Hopefully they have a sign for it. Let them hear the power of the 450 single cylinder motorcycle engine. Hear it roar. That's a good bike. Here we go, on to Queenstown. About 20-25 minutes away. Queenstown. Town is just bustling with tourists from all over the world. Milford Sound to the right. Winds are something fierce again. Look at that wind. Hopefully I can find a camp spot that's protected from that. Highway 97, I got off the 6. This wind is just brutal. This is one of these rides where you just got to punch through it. That is one field thick with sheep. Te Anau. Probably mentioned this several days ago, but given the lack of windscreen protection and the fact that I got a GoPro on my chin mount, the helmet keeps trying to dive on me forward, which is very uncomfortable. Never experienced that before, and it's almost continual at high speeds, but it's sliding around a lot. And at certain points this afternoon, my chin, I gotta slow down here, my chin was rubbing up against the inside of the helmet because it keeps forcing it down on towards my chin, and my forehead is still sore from all the rubbing that's going on, so it's a little uncomfortable. This Henry Creek campground does not have water other than what's pulled out of the stream, and I saw that back in the States that some of these do not have tap water. Even the ones that I've been to, you're not supposed to be drinking it. So this is a little unusual that you actually have to put down the stream and pull it out. So I brought 3 things to combat that issue or deal with that issue. One is I could boil the water, which I've done. 2, I brought a filter, catamaran filter, that I always carry with me in the States. I've never used it. I did test it out at home before I left. And 3, I also brought tablets for disinfecting the water. So I've got kind of 3 different things I can do. The other thing I've done here, in fact I just did it again here at the market, as I've been buying bottled water, and this top case is big enough where I've been able to get 1.5 liters of water and stick it in there. Then I replenish my hydration pack in my jacket here, as well as use it for brushing teeth and washing hands. In any event, is the way I've been solving my water issues, which typically I don't have in the United States. And we creek camp. Take a picture of this sign because it's got a lot of information for tomorrow's trip up to Milford Sound. You can see I'm down here at 2, going all the way up to Milford Sound tomorrow, but they have a lot of information about things to do along the way and things to see. Good morning, it's day number 9. It's a Thursday. Weather's great again. Hoping that it'll stay that way the next few days. The weather report actually looked pretty good this morning for what limited reception I could get on my cell phone. There is the highway that runs up to Milford right next to my camp. So it was quiet overnight, and then this morning cars started heading up there because it's such a popular tourist area. And that's where I'm headed myself, Milford Sound. It's 8:19 in the morning. Right now there's no wind, so I can have a peaceful passage up there to Milford Sound. Just a bit on the chilly side, 11 degrees Celsius. One thing that New Zealand does, you'll notice that they have arrows on the road. I think they recognize that there's a lot of people visiting where driving is on the right, not on the left. And so I noticed that they will put arrows, especially at major intersections, coming out of big attractions, just as a gentle reminder which side of the road to stay on. Just past the sign entering Fiordland National Park. Milford Sound is part of Fiordland National Park. I just passed the sign and it came on me too quickly to get my camera going. 45 degrees south latitude. I have to compare that to the Arctic Circle. I rode up at the Arctic Circle. water to the right. Look how green it is, blue-green. We have arrived at the tunnel. I almost missed those waterfalls. Look at that. All the way from the top of those rocks, it works its way down. That's crazy. Into the tunnel. 1.2 kilometer tunnel downgrade. Oh, no wonder. We're going to continue to go down the hairpin turn. Well, it's deserving of national park status. Look at that waterfall. We have arrived at Milford Sound. Swimming and boating, kayaking on the left, Milford Sound straight ahead.
I was fortunate to grab a tour ticket that departed within 15 minutes of my arrival at the dock aboard a modern catamaran. After an hour cruise heading west in Milford Sound, we turned about on reaching the Tasman Sea and headed east back to the dock.
Fiordland National Park. It's a fun couple-hour ride. Glad I did it. I am now headed back towards my campground. May stop a few times on the way. It's going to take me almost 2 hours to get back to Te Anau, where I hope to pick up groceries and then go back to camp. So I'll probably end up at the same campground I was at last night. It must have been an incredible piece of engineering to cut their way through these mountains just with a tunnel. Look at that waterfall. Starts from way up there. What does it say? Expected wait time 5 minutes. 101 kilometers to go. Get off the bike here for a minute. There we go. That's a nice picture. Rockfall area. No stopping, no walking. Turn lights on. Mine are always on. Put the high beams on, which don't seem to make much of a difference. And what I ended up doing is just following the lights in front of me because I can't see hardly anything. And out in the sunshine. Look at those waterfalls. Bike's got 5,001 kilometers on it. I put on 2,528, so I put over half the miles on this bike. Here I am back at Henry Creek Campground. Except for this one south on the road here. There's this one over here that has a picnic table, which would be kind of nice. Maybe a little further away from the road. It's actually not too bad. It's fairly well protected. There's some dead wood there, but if it falls, it's not going to fall on me. And I got my own picnic table. I say we take it. End of day number 9. And unfortunately, I've got a cold sandwich again. But I didn't see any restaurants that really piqued my curiosity in Te Anau. So went back to the supermarket, got myself dinner similar to last night. A little different sandwich. Breakfast for the morning, and then tomorrow I'll kind of start my journey home. My goal is to probably cross South Island a couple times. I'm told that the center part of the island has some great motorcycle riding. Camp's all set up, ready for dinner. It's about 5 o'clock, it's a little bit early, especially given that it doesn't get dark until 9:15, 9:30. Here's an example of the rental RVs. I'll just kind of scatter around. This is what I have for dinner. Corned beef sub roll, banana, Pringles from the U.S., Fanta, I think, which is a U.S. brand, and a donut, raspberry frosted donut for dessert.
Please join me in the next episode as I make my way north, zigzagging across the South Island, which offers spectacular motorcycle riding over mountain passes.